sing a line and you'll sing it back. Hello, hello, good morning to you. Hello, hello, it's time to sing too. Sing high, sing low. We'll sing, 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 sing until we go. Welcome to Taking Notes. Play that intro.
We're taking notes. We'll have some rhythms and some games. We're taking notes. We'll sing some songs and learn some new things.
Welcome to Taking Notes. I'm your host, Ms. Bauer, and today we have some new segments to show you. First is going to be playing it by ear. Next we'll go over to Miso Soup. We'll go back to I Got Rhythm. And finally we have defining terms. So let's head over to playing it by ear. Welcome to Playing It by Ear. In this segment, you're going to hear a sound, and there's going to be 3 options for you to guess from, and you're going to guess what instrument you are hearing. So we have 2 instruments, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to play the first instrument, and then we're going to reveal what it is. So I'll play a little song. So what do you think it is? Do you think it is 1, 2, or 3? Let's find out. It is number 2. So it is a soprano xylophone. And as you can see, I have a couple bars missing because I didn't need them. But my xylophone has keys. And it is within this bass. My key back on. And how I play are with mallets. And how I hold my mallets, I'm going to put my hand out. I'm going to take my thumb and forefinger, pinch it, probably a little bit like a third, and I'm going to wrap my hand around my mallets. I'm going to hold them at like an angle, like a pizza. And I hit in the middle of the bar. So I have a certain number and a certain set of keys that are up here on my soprano xylophone. Let's go on to instrument 2. For instrument 2, again, I'm going to go back and I'm going to play a little bit, and you either get to guess, is it 1, 2, or 3 that you hear? So is it number 1, 2, or 3? It's number 1. It's the flute. So you can see I have a flute here. A flute is a woodwind instrument. It requires air. As my other instrument, the soprano xylophone, was a percussion instrument because you hit things on it. You don't require air to play it. So how you play this instrument is I put my fingers on certain keys and I use an embouchure. It's a really big fancy word. But what I do is I go 2, and I make sure my lips are sticking out, and I constantly blow air through that 2, so. And so this instrument can actually go pretty high and go pretty low. So there are a lot of different octaves and sounds that this instrument can play. It's not inhibited by the keys that are in front of me. So I can play a lot of notes on this. Our next segment is Miso Soup. Let's head over to Keyboard Corner. For today, we're going to be singing a very smaller song, but we're going to be using more solfege, and it's called Big Bunch of Roses. So we're actually going to learn the solfege first, sing it with our solfege, and then we'll put our lyrics in. So the solfege we'll need mi. Spread right here, mi. We're going to need our sol again. For miso soup, so mi, sol. And next, we're gonna need something new. We're actually gonna need fa, and fa is between our mi and sol, so where they kind of stack up, you're gonna wanna sit more in the middle, and you're gonna take your thumb, give yourself a thumbs up, flip it upside down. So if you go mi, fa, so. So if I go mi, so, my fa is right in the middle. So I need that fa. And next we're gonna need our la again. So if we have our sol, our la is that U that's upside down. And finally, we need our do and re, actually. So we're using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 solfege. So our do down here is at our belly button, and our re is like an upward angle because it's leading to your mi. So it's like stair steps. So mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. Those are what we're using. So I'm going to sing our song Big Bunches of Roses with the solfege, and then we're gonna learn it. So, mi, sol, fa, mi, do, mi, sol, la, so, mi, sol, fa, mi, do, re, do. So I'll sing a line and you'll sing it back. So, mi, sol, fa, mi, do. Your turn. Mi, sol, fa, mi, do. Mi, sol, la, so. Your turn. Mi, sol, la, so. My turn. Mi, sol, fa, mi, do. Your turn. Mi, sol, fa, mi, do. My turn. Mi, do, re, do. Your turn. Mi, do, re, do. Let's try it all together. So, mi, sol, fa, mi, do. Mi, sol, la, so. Mi, sol, fa, mi, do. Mi, do, re, do. Now let's add in the lyrics. The lyrics are big bunch, a little bunch, big bunch of roses. It's just that line, and that line's repeated twice. So big bunch, a little bunch, big bunch of roses. So let's try it and adding our solfege. So we start at mi. Big bunch, a little bunch, big bunch of roses. Big bunch, a little bunch, big bunch of roses. Nice singing. Now we're gonna head over to the rhythm station for I Got Rhythm for some new and interesting things. Welcome back to the rhythm station. Today we're gonna be looking at rhythm and we're adding something new in. So let's get started. So my number one, I'm gonna tell you it's in 4/4. And we know that this means I'm going up to the number 4 when I count. And also I have my quarter notes. But let's start out with our really basics. We know that we have a ta and tt, which is 1 sound within a beat and 2 sounds within a beat. But this doesn't look like what we're used to. And so this is our sh, or our rest. So the symbols we use for that is sh. So let's get started with working through this. So this is my quarter note. Quarter note makes 1 sound within a beat. Which one of these symbols is 1 sound within a beat? It's my ta. So I know this is already ta. And if I look, are there any other things that look similar to this one beat? Well, my 4th beat looks very similar. So copy and paste my ta. So now if I move on to the next beat, I have this weird little scribble here. And so this scribble is a quarter rest. So my quarter rest means there is no sound within a beat, but the beat still happens. It's still filling in time. And so for that, it's a sh. And then next I have 2 paired 8th notes. And so my 2 8th notes mean there's 2 sounds within 1 beat, because you can see they're paired. And we know that that's our TT, because there's 2 syllables. So let's try to clap out this rhythm. Let's say it first. I'm going to pat a steady beat. So 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, sh, ti, ti, ta. Try it one more time. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, sh, ti, ti, ta. So let's now work out our number system. Because it's in 4/4, so I know I'm going to end up total with the number 4, and my quarter note is what gets the beat. So if my quarter note gets the beat, we always start on number 1. Now, I told you that no sound is within this beat, so we write it a little bit different. We still want to we know we're done with beat 1, so now we're on to beat 2. We're still going to put our 2 there, but how are we going to distinguish us saying that there's a sound on this beat and there's not a sound on this beat? Because if I were to cover all of this up, you should be able to read this rhythm exactly the same way you read this. So how would we distinguish it? We're going to add parentheses around it. Because the beat is still there, it's still taking place, but now there's no sound, so we can tell. And if we move on, now that we've finished, we know this is a quarter note, so it takes up that 1 beat. So now we're on beat 3. The question is this next note beat 4 or is it something else? It's gonna be something else. So the best way I can put it is a quarter note equals 2 8th notes. So if I know this is 1, and if it was something, it'd be 1 and something else. But that something else we know is an and. So 3 and. So now that we're finished with our beat, we move on to the next beat, which is number 4. So let's try to clap this rhythm. So if I was to keep that steady beat on the shoulders, so 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now you hear that I still said the 2, I still took that beat. What's gonna change now is when I clap the rhythm. So keep that steady beat in your mind. So let's go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Notice how I didn't do anything during this rest. Kept my hands still, I'm gonna keep them apart. Let's try it again. So 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Great, so let's try now our challenging rhythm out of the beat box. I'm gonna set it down here. And I'm going to erase this and make room for our challenge rhythm. So our challenging rhythm is, I got a quarter note, another quarter note, okay, and it's going to be in 4/4 time. So let's start out with our ta, our tt, and our sh. So let's go through. This is a quarter note. A quarter note is 1 sound and 1 beat, so it should be a ta. Now, I'm going to make this easy. I'm going to go through the rest of it. If I find other things that look like this, I'm going to now put it. So, does this look like this beat? It does. Does this look like this beat? It doesn't. And neither does that. So I'm going to leave those alone for right now. Does this beat right here look like my ta? It doesn't. I'm going to leave it alone again. Does my Z look like my ta? It doesn't. What about this beat here? It looks like a ta. So I'm going to write ta in. And finally my last beat. Does it look like a ta? It doesn't. So now I'm going to go through again. I now have a Z in front of me, which means there's no sound from the beat. So what is that? It's a sh. Now, do I have any more Z's within my pattern? I have 2 more Z's. So I'm going to write sh over here and sh over here. So now all that I have left, I've done all my tas, I've done all my sh, and all I have left is TT. So if I think I have TTs, if there's 2 sounds in 1 beat, so let's write them in. Great, so let's say this rhythm. So if I was keeping steady beats, so 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, ta, sh, t, 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 sh, ta, sh. So now let's add in our numbers. We know that in 4/4, a measure always starts on beat 1. I'm gonna put 1. And then I have a bar line here. It means a new measure. So again, this is gonna be number 1. Out of the ballpark, we already know what's happening. So if a ta is one sound within one beat, does that mean my number 1, I'm done? It does. So I move on to the next number, which is number 2. And again, it's a quarter note. So again, that one sound within the beat. So am I done with number 2? I am. I move on to number 3. And remember, number 3, this needs to be different. So what am I going to put around my number 3? Parentheses. And finally, I'm now on beat 4. Because I finished my one number. This is a quarter rest. So it's that no sound within a beat. So now that I look, I'm on beat 4. Is this beat 5? Well, it's not. We only go up to the number 4. So what do I need to put here? I need to put in and. And now I've gone to my new measure. But my new measure, if I look at my ones, I have a ta and a tt. So are they going to be written the same? No, I'm actually going to write it. I'm going to put that and there. Because again, this is 2 sounds within one beat. I have to notate both those sounds. So it's not the same as a ta. Now I'm going to continue on. I'm done with beat 1. I now move on to beat 2. Question is, beat 2 is a sh, so there's no sound within the beat. So what am I adding around it? Parentheses. And then my ta, I'm on beat 3. Do I need to add an and to it? No, it's just one sound within the beat. And finally, I'm on beat 4. And I add those parentheses again. So let's clap and count this rhythm. So 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, 3, 4. Let's try it again. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, 3, 4. And finally, we're going to go to defining terms. We're going to learn something new about music. We are going to be learning about the bar line today for one. And so the bar line is this object right there. And it is a single line that helps divide the music staff into measures. So you can see we have a measure 1 and a measure 2. And if we were in 4/4 time, the bar line tells you when you have reached the end of count 4. And when you start up on count 1. So bar lines can help you keep track of time with your rhythms or if you're playing music because they can tell you where beat 1 is. So the music's not just one long line of song, but now we have measures. It's easier for us to find our place in music. The next thing we're going to learn is the bold double bar line. It is right here. Our bold double bar line symbolizes you have reached the end of a song. So if you continue to play or sing after the bar line, you will probably be the only one singing because even the conductor has stopped. So it tells you when a song is over. And finally, we have our repeat sign. So our repeat sign are these 2 symbols right here. And it means it needs to repeat a section. So musicians just did not want to write out another bar again. So you're going to play a section of music and you're probably only going to play the section once unless indicated. So how we would read the music is from the top. We would go through to the repeat sign. We would go back to that first repeat sign that we initially passed and then continue playing. We would not take the repeat a second time. That's all for taking notes. See you next time.